You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, it's not often you're going to hear me actually give the WNBA credit for doing, well, much of anything. But I would say this is a pretty good business move, and this should have definitely been a priority, and this was the right thing to do. What is the right thing to do? How about expanding the preseason games to national television? We already knew the Indiana Fever against the Brazilian team was going to be on national television. I believe that game's going to be on ESPN if I'm not going crazy. However, several other games have now been added. Before we jump into that, some comments from Steph Curry have emerged. And evidently these comments are actually from last year. Now, just in the very video I did earlier, once again, I pulled out the fact that I think Caitlin Clark is half Steph Curry. Other half, Larry Bird. All right? Larry Bird was a superb three-point shooter and passer. Steph Curry, as we know, shoot the lights out from three-point range. Let's check this out right here.
You've been very complimentary in the past about Caitlin Clark. She's on the verge of breaking the scoring record. I mean, do you see any comparisons in the way like she shoots to your people compared to the way you two shoot? Do you see anything?
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. It's crazy, though, just because her shot it's like that. It's at that level. But if you really watch, like, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package. And her being the friends of breaking that record, and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. Like, it's great for her, great for women's basketball.
Okay, so right there, that's interesting. Her release time is identical to mine. We just watched a video earlier on this channel where Angel Reese was shooting threes from the corner. Why, I don't know. She's a 6-foot forward. But nonetheless, she's shooting threes from the corner, and one of the flaws is the release time is sloth-like. Notice what I did there, but still, it's not going to work during a game, okay? And one of Caitlin Clark, obviously one of her big gifts is the ability to just come down the court and all of a sudden, boom, pull up, bam, let it go. Shoot it, let it go. Very, very quick release, and of course she can hit at a high percentage with that release. So I saw these comments in this video, and I wanted to play it because I thought it was very interesting. Now, the WNBA's television landscape continues to shift. On Monday, the league announced that 4 preseason games will run on national television. The first time in league history that multiple exhibition games will air nationally. 14 of the 15 preseason games will also be broadcast on WNBA League Pass, with the lone exception airing only on ESPN. The wider accessibility of the entire preseason schedule is another milestone moment for the league. The games airing on League Pass will air as part of a free preview being offered by the app. The Athletic previously reported that Indiana Fever's exhibition against the Brazilian national team on May 4th would air on ESPN. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and the rest of the Fever will also be on national television via NBA TV on May 3rd for their preseason opener against the Washington Mystics. Lucy Olsen might get some time in that game. Being a preseason game, maybe, just maybe, There may be an opportunity to see Caitlin Clark and Lucy Olson on the floor at the same time. That could happen. That's very interesting. Okay, cool. Newly drafted Dallas Wings guard Paige Bueckers will make her preseason debut on May 2nd against the Aces in an exhibition broadcast on ION. ION is not only available free on the Roku app, but it's also over-the-air broadcast antenna. If you got a digital antenna, free antenna, then you can pull in ION, generally speaking. I know I can. That game is at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's on the Notre Dame campus. Later that night, Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith will both play in a homecoming game at LSU, sort of, for Haley anyway, as the Chicago Sky face the Brazilian national team in another exhibition airing on ION. So that ION, that's a doubleheader. And in case I'm not going crazy, that's Friday. That is just this Friday, absolutely. Quote, we've seen the demand for WNBA content grow exponentially. We are meeting that demand by working with our broadcast partners and our teams to make a significant investment by making all 15 preseason games available to fans. WNBA Chief Growth Officer Coley Edison said in a statement, it will be the ultimate way for fans to follow their favorite players as all 13 teams prepare to tip off the regular season in mid-May. Well, that right there will, of course, maybe withstand some backlash they got last year. Remember, the Lynx game was not broadcast, and Cheryl Reeve made the comments about there's other people playing besides just that one player. Remember? And she caught hell. I did a video on that. She got blasted. And then, of course, that took on another life when she became, when everybody realized she was the coach of Team USA, and then Caitlin Clark wasn't on that team. So there were a lot of tentacles that grew out of that. The WNBA is thinking, nah, how about we don't do that this time? We just put make all the games accessible through the app and make a lot of them accessible through national television. Again, I'm very interested to see the rating on that Paige Bueckers. By the way, that's Dejanay Carrington's debut with Dallas too, versus Aces game. Because, of course, there's so much fire around the fact that there's going to be this Paige Bueckers effect, and I have my doubts about the ratings on that. All right? You can believe we will do some kind of compare and contrast. I can't remember if Caitlin Clark's debut was nationally televised last year or if that was on the WNBA app. It may have been on the app, so I don't know if I'm going to have ratings to be able to compare that to anyway. I've got that app. It's actually pretty good. I watched a hell of a lot of games on there last year. Tell me what you think. I think that's interesting. That's if they want to grow this league, that's what they're going to have to do, is make all these games. Look, if they could figure out a way to put every game on actual network television, 3 letters, free over-the-air antenna, that would boost the ratings. That would actually do something, because you wouldn't have to have any packages and streaming services and none of that crap to be able to consume content. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.